Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. I am feeling optimistic. I've got two fairly significant updates to the fight against the ATF's pistol brace rule, and also a glimpse at their response to one of the lawsuits, which is making me feel confident. It could go either way still, but things are looking good, and we're going to talk about that in today's video. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to Sawtooth Tactical and hit that notification bell. I'm going to try to keep today's video kind of short and sweet, but I am excited about things that are happening. As you guys may know from following my channel, I am not a fan of the ATF's new pistol brace rule, as I'm sure most of you are not as well if you're watching this channel. I believe that it is a huge infringement upon our rights. You know, they basically said that pistol braces were perfectly fine for a decade, for 10 years, and so zillions of people bought them, actually tens of millions of people, thinking that they were a perfectly legal accessory for their shorter barreled weapons. And now the ATF is saying that we've all been in possession of illegal SBRs, and we either need to, destroy them, register them, put 16-inch barrels on them, all things that, in my opinion, are not okay. And I know that most of you believe the same thing. But this pistol brace rule, I think that they bit off a little more than they can chew here, and they're getting a lot of negative backlash because of it. Both in many lawsuits that have been filed, but also in the House of Representatives, which at this point has a Republican majority. So I want to talk about two things today that are the most recent, happenings that are in our favor. Number one is one of the lawsuits is filed by Gun Owners of America. And in that G.O.A. lawsuit, Gun Owners of America have asked the court, the judge, for a temporary injunction. Now, this is big. This is what we need, at least in the meantime, because if they are granted injunctive relief, that means that the ATF will not be able to enforce this pistol brace rule until these court proceedings, are finished, and things would have to go their way for them to be able to enforce it at all at that point. So it would give us, a little bit of a weight off our shoulders to not have to worry about this 120-day grace period in which we potentially have to register our braced pistols. So hopefully the judge looks at the merits of the case, which I believe are good, but of course I am biased. But hopefully the judge sees the merits of the case and decides that yes, Gun Owners of America and we, the people of the United States, the actual gun owners of America, have a good case and a good chance of beating the ATF in this lawsuit, and that, we will get injunctive relief. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully it will happen quickly. Hopefully it will happen before the 120-day period is up. But this is the first step that would really, really help us out. Now, the next second big update is in the House of Representatives. Representatives Jim Jordan and Thomas Massey have called ATF Director Dettelbach in for a hearing, a meeting, whatever you call it, in the House of Representatives, specifically because of this pistol brace rule. And the questions that they want to ask him, or what their reasoning for this is that Congress did not give ATF express direction to regulate pistol braces, and under law, that's what the ATF needs in order to be able to do what they're trying to do. And so basically what they're saying is that the ATF is not in their lane. They cannot do this without express direction from Congress, which Congress has not given them. And so they're going to bring the ATF, the director, Dettelbach, in for questioning and, put it to him. And I've seen a lot of what Representative Thomas Massie does and what he believes. He is a supporter of the Second Amendment and of our rights under the Constitution, our God-given rights. The Constitution does not grant us those rights. It just tells the government what they cannot do to infringe upon those rights. And Thomas Massie, from what I've seen, believes that, which is kind of a breath of fresh air when it comes to the government. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say to the leaders of the ATF about this. And they do hold the purse strings. They can defund the ATF. They do have that power. So this is something that is also very big. And I think it's just great. I think the ATF made a horrible, horrible mistake trying to implement this pistol brace rule. And, it looks to me like they're going to pay for it. And I really, really hope that is the case. Now, a little bonus round here. Besides those two big updates, in my opinion, very big updates, there's another lawsuit, which I talked about in last week's video, the F.R.A.C lawsuit. That's the one with the 26 states on board. Also, some congressmen and SB Tactical, the makers of these braces. That's one of the bigger lawsuits against the ATF and this pistol brace rule right now. Well, the ATF has filed their response, and to me, it is laughable. Basically, the first part of their response says that, that all that they're doing is, recognizing that for the last decade, people have been using pistol braces as a means of widespread circumventing of the NFA. A way to get around registering SBRs. But what that says to me, circumventing means, going around the law. You're still following the law. So what they're basically admitting in that, the way I read it, is that we've all been following the law. None of us have been breaking the law. It's like if there's a sign that says no skateboarding, technically you can ride rollerblades there. You're still not skateboarding. Same thing as this. We have been using pistol braces rather than stocks. We are not breaking the law by having illegal SBRs. And I feel like them calling it circumventing the NFA basically admits that none of us are doing anything illegal. So that's the first part of it. I think it's ridiculous that they're using that as an argument. The other part is that they want the plaintiffs in the case to actually produce their personal owned individual guns for the judge, for the court to look at and judge if those are NFA items, SBRs or not, which is basically what their rule is trying to do anyway. So they're like asking the court to me, it really doesn't make sense because this rule is bigger than any one group of individual guns. I'm not going to read the whole thing here for you guys. I want to keep this video as short and easy to consume as possible. But I do think that the ATF realizes that they're in trouble here. And I don't think that they have a very good argument. So it seems to me like things are going in our favor. I think a lot of people have realized that the ATF, what they're trying to do right now, is absolutely ridiculous and unconstitutional. And I really hope that these judges think the same thing. So we'll see what happens. I will continue to keep you guys posted. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to Sawtooth Tactical. The channel has been growing very rapidly lately. And it's because of you guys, and I really appreciate that. So keep it up, please. Please like and share these videos. Leave me comments. Comments really help the algorithm, and I respond to every single one. So please let me know what you think about this, whether you agree with my take on it or not. I really, really enjoy seeing other people's perspectives. So please let me know. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.